Dear colleagues, we continue our working day, and the topic of the next press briefing, the development of the situation in the temporarily occupied territories of Donetsk and Luhansk oblasts. And I give the floor to Vadym Skybytskyi, the representative of the Chief Intelligence Department of the Ministry of Defense of Ukraine. Good afternoon, everyone. Chief Intelligence Department of MOD prepared a report on the situation of temporarily occupied territories of Ukraine and also the development of situation around our country. So during the week, the peculiarities of the situation is like this. So the first one, military clashes continue in Slavyansk, Donetsk and Mariupol area. Also, the violation of Minsk agreement by Russian occupational forces as to withdrawal of heavy weapons and troops. Also, accumulation of ammunition, fuel and lubricant near the line of confrontation, activization of reconnaissance activities and the use of air drones, and also the strengthening of military potential of the Russian Federation near Ukrainian border. So the intensity was increased. The enemy delivered 578 shellings. It is much more than during the previous week. And in Donetsk area, there were 133 shellings. The military intelligence also fixed the shellings of the enemy that they use the new types of military equipment in order to disintegrate and disorientate the systems of ATO forces. The enemy uses the Infauna and Zhitel military radio and electronic means. And the movement of this equipment was fixed by the Chief Intelligence Department that this equipment was moved at the line of contact. And this equipment is mainly used by Russian armed forces. This information was provided to the monitoring mission, and also to we revealed the facts, 62 facts of violations of Minsk agreement, and the concern is that a lot of prohibited equipment is in 15 and 25 kilometer zone. In 15 kilometer zone, we revealed 100 and in 25 kilometers zone we revealed 153 units of military equipment, and last week there were 47 such facts. In 35 kilometer zone there were 7 facts and 32 units of grad systems were revealed, and this information was provided to JCCC and SMM monitoring mission. Also, Russian occupation commanders, they use air drones, and the launch of such drones is made from the occupied territories and from the territory of Russia. And 19 flights of such drones were documented, and these drones carried out reconnaissance activities and spotting. And also on the 14th of April, reconnaissance plane Su-24MP was carrying out reconnaissance activities along the state border of Ukraine in order to inform on the ATO number. And also Chief Intelligence Department continued to follow up the training of first and second military corps. So from the 4th till 15th of April, there were some trainings of brigades, of 5th Detached Mechanized Brigade and of the 1st Corps, and 2nd Detached Motorized Brigade of the 2nd Corps in Lugansk, and also 7th Detached Motorized Brigade in the Baltseva. And the main, they are trained in advance and how to cross the water bodies. Also, the military training activity of Russian occupation forces also confirmed by from the satellite. There are a lot of heavy weapons. There are more than 80 tanks there, and today the real threat to the national security of Ukraine is the accumulation of troops near the state border of Ukraine. Russia keeps its troops in battle readiness for the full-fledged aggression and shows European and the world community that they are ready to use the force to defend their interests. And in western and southwestern districts, Russia renew its military units, and in western districts they create first tank army near Moscow, and also brigade in Voronezh, and all army in Voronezh that were disbanded in 1999 and 2009, and also motorized division is created in Rostovska Oblast. Russia continue to use reconnaissance activities, and according to the Chief Intelligence Department, before the meeting of ambassadors on the 20th of April, Russia shows its readiness, and it tries to it conducted training, and this training was made by aviation and space forces and also Navy forces. They were trained in blocking the straits of the Black Sea, and they used Su-24M, and it carried out reconnaissance activities above the Black Sea. They identified the infrastructure of bases, location of ships, etc. And also long-distance surveillance plane A-50U also was flying in the airspace above the Black Sea, and also bombers Tu-160. They also were trained in bombing, and 5 planes Su-24M also were trained in the above the Black Sea, and they also were trained in fighting with with imaginary enemy and the military bases in Romania, Bulgaria, and Turkey. In this way, Russian Federation repeatedly demonstrates the increase of threat not only to Ukraine but also for all the countries of the Black Sea region. Good afternoon, Evgen Nazarenko, TSN channel. Tell us, please, about the losses of Russians. They said that 29 people were killed this week. Yes, we confirmed this information, and as of today, we have additional data on the losses of Russian military in the region of Avdiivka. These losses are big, maybe tens or even there are more than 100 people wounded there. So we accumulate information at the moment. One more question. There was an information that in Lugansk area the terrorists are trained in crossing the water body. And is it an additional threat for Stanitsa Luganska from Seversky Donetsk? In the framework of the measures of military training, the brigades of the 1st and 2nd Army Corps, they actively work on these issues. This is advance and crossing the water bodies. So this is the tasks of the 1st and 2nd Corps on the most important directions. And these were training during the previous week, and engineering troops were actively involved of the Russian Federation forces that And the information about Lugansk, yes, it is confirmed. And in the course of trainings, they work on these issues. And there are pontoon bridges, and all the measures are taken in order to be well prepared for this. And this is a real threat, because along the line of confrontation, there are many rivers that will be crossed by the enemy when they take decision to advance. Do you have other questions or comments? If there are no questions or comments, thank you. And this is the end of press conference, and this is the end of the day. Thank you. And